Hey, George here. What's up? How you doing wherever you are? Thank you so much for taking the time to come on board. Now, the thing with online at the moment is that ICOs have been mushrooming everywhere, left, right, and center. Here's the worry. Are we now getting to that point of oversaturation? Are we getting to that point where it's nearly impossible to filter out the scams from the genuine ones? Before we get into such concerns, let's start with the good news. The good news is today is the 11th day of my 60-40 strategy with Usi Tech, which has been going on strong and slowly building me a good, reliable passive income stream. I'm now earning 200 plus per day with this one. As you can see, this is my daily earnings for today. They don't pay weekends, so they just pay Monday to Friday. I'd already punched it in here, so you can see that's $259, which is not too shabby. Where I am in the UK, it's close to 200 pounds, and I can tell you most people don't earn this much on a daily basis for most jobs in the UK. So it's really good. So what I'm doing with this one, I am consistently trying to stick to my strategy. I started this 11 days ago, 10 days ago. This is my 11th day. So what I'm doing, 3 days a week, I repurchase packages. So the more packages I have here, the more I earn. So when I started this, I was on 114. The reason why I started this strategy was because my packs were now nearing expiring. Expiration, yeah, they were expiring. So you can see here, I've got a pack which has got a few days to expire, and there are actually 10. So I need to replace these, otherwise my account will just be depleted, and I will not be earning as much as I wish to earn. So my challenge is with these 3 lots here. This is 4% to expire, 8%, 8%, and these are 30 packs. After I replace these, it will be a smooth roll because daily I'm earning more than 2 packs, so I can easily go into this, and then I will have a big challenge here. Once I'm over this, before that one, it was mostly 1 So my account will be in a good growth to the expiry ratio. It should be more growing than expiring, the packs, that is. The only pack which I have which is expired is the first one, which I bought on the 28th of April. It expired 140. It ran for about 152 days. The reason why it runs for 152 days is because although this opportunity pays up to 1% daily, at times the keyword is, or words rather, up to. So at times they pay less than 1%, so they will not pay 140 days if other days they're paying less than 140. Hence the discrepancy between 152 and 142. So the deal is, once you reach 140% or 40% on top of your initial investment, the pack falls out of the system. It will no longer earn you any money. But the beauty is, as you go along, when you buy a significant number of packs, you can compound. For example, if you start with 30 or 40 packs, and then you are earning 1 pack per day, the next, if you don't withdraw your package, the next day you've got 41, and then you recompound the next day, maybe you've got 42, and the more you go like that, you get to a point where you start to earn maybe 2 per day, 3 per day, and so on and so forth. At the moment, let me see how much I have earned today. Within this amount, how many packs I can fit in this amount. Let's go, and to do that, I will just go to place order, and then I'll purchase packs from my balance. I'm using this balance, which is my daily earnings for today. So 3, okay, so I'm still good to go at the bottom. 4, I'm still good to go. Yeah, I'll not be able to put a 5th one here. It will not allow me, so it will just be 4 for today, and then I purchase, and then here we go. So it will take time to update, but tomorrow or after a few minutes it will be 140 here, and at this rate it's going up steadily. And the other good thing is they've got other tokens here which are linked to an ICO that they, or a token rather, that they will float on the market sometime later on, and each time I repurchase I gain 1 pack for free. If I were to buy 1 token here, it's the same price as buying a package. So you spend about the same amount, which is there. It's the same amount, which is about 50 euros, and that's like maybe $60 or so. Don't know the actual conversions. So that's the deal with this one. Now let's move on to the ICOs. I got excited over the weekend when I got involved in this ICO, but soon after participating in it and buying, I bought about 1,000 coins because they were running for $10 cents, my bad. And courtesy of the massive team that joined me, we also managed to buy these many coins. So this is what I've got at the moment, my 1,000 plus that team, and a little bit of bonus from my purchase, and then I've got this. Now the thing is, when this was running, it was really easy to buy. Right now, stage 1 is now sold out. Next sale starts on 10 December. There wasn't any like the hassle you encounter with, for example, this. I've got $400+ sitting on this platform, but for the life of me I can't withdraw. Let me just give you an indication to show you how difficult it is to get some coins there. So the point being that that coin, when I grabbed it, to me, without any hassle, it was a worry, because I thought there was or there is a huge demand of these ICOs, such that lending ones specifically, when they hit on the market, you would expect that there will be a bum rush, people trying to outdo each other to grab these tokens. So when you get a situation where you just buy with ease, you get worried. Like you see this one, I've had this amount in this for quite some time now. They've been running for about 3 weeks, and each time I just can't buy it. Let me show you the buying history for today. See, today 3 o'clock, that's when they ran this, and I was on my computer. As you can see, all the sales for today were sold within the first 55 seconds. All these, they were below. You can see it was 3 o'clock 55. Everything else was most of them were just on the 49. So essentially, anybody who tried at 3 could not get anything, or if you missed it and the site would be overloaded, it would be crashing. By the time you manage to get to log in, you get this message that the next ICO is in the next day. So back to my point. My point is, buying this with ease was a bit of a worry. I was just like, oh, so there's so many ICOs now, the competition is no longer that much. That was a worry. But what got me into this, I respect this forum, the Bitcoin Talk. So if you click here, you can actually see there is a history, or there is some participation from the team answering from the community concerns about this platform. You can see there are many pages. It's not just one page. It goes on and goes on. So bond, that's the token, which is a good thing. So it made me think, well, let me give this a punt, and that's how I got involved. And then I ran into another ICO as well over the weekend, and I thought this is way too much under the radar. It's looking good. This is it. They accept multiple currencies. You can buy with, let me see where it is. You can buy with currencies like Ethereum. You can buy with BAT or BTA. You can buy with let me wait for it to load so that we can get to see a list of the things that you can actually get to do with this. Yeah, scroll down, come on. The white paper is not too bad. This is it. So it's on the ERC 20 tokens, and it allows you to buy. It's gonna be a lending platform. It allows you to, my bad, this is not the one. My bad. This is not the one. This is an ERC. This is like Ethereum. You buy with Ethereum. It's easy to get involved. This is like 3 hours to the next ICO. Then at the moment where they are at a stage of selling coins on this one. They're still 70 cents, so they haven't been selling fast as they should. If you go here, let me show you what I mean. I bought on Saturday, but if you want to buy, you can see that buy. Okay, let's go to buy. I've got about 593 coins. If you go to buy, they are sitting at about 75%. They aim to sell 4 million for these at this amount, 75 cents. So I would not be surprised if they don't sell out today. Back to again to my point of the space being oversaturated. Now people who are keen on these ICOs are becoming thinly spread. They are overspread over many platforms, many investments. So they're spreading themselves thin. So the money now is no longer as concentrated on one platform as it should be. So that's where you get to think that this bubble maybe is coming to an end. And then the other thing now, which is concerning me with regards to these platforms, is that you get to see that there is an indication that some of the platforms, given the massive supply side of them, some of them are no longer being upfront, some of them are transparent with us. Like this one, they sent a message today in their what is it, in their Telegram, that they announced that they due to safety there are currently no transactions. Okay, earlier on they had said that the wallets were now open and online, but then I went here, I can see they've just updated it a few hours ago, so I wasn't aware of that. Anyway, I went here and then I saw this is coming soon, these wallets are still coming soon. Here they had said to their Telegram these were now live. My worry was like, suppose I want to withdraw. I haven't put any money here, I haven't got much. I've got like 49 HSBC, the coins, Homeblock coins. At $3 they were $1 at ICO, so that's like 150. Not a lot of money, but it just concerns me if I can't withdraw. That in itself might not really be a big issue if they eventually fix it, but it's just one of those inconsistencies that you are seeing in this space, which takes me to this one, Chronium. This was meant to have passed this stage of 60 cents. If you go by their roadmap here, they intended to go past this stage or finish this sale by the 1st of December, and then they would go to here where the coin would sell 80 cents. So the thing is, those people who got here 20 cents, they'll be so much anticipating these stages to be done with, so that they can see their like investments growing, not at that point, but it just gives them some joy when it comes here, and then they can just immediately, as they open the exchange, they sell maybe dollar plus after buying 20 cents. But from the look of things, it does seem as if there haven't been any updates, which is a concern, because here, if you check this number and this number, there hasn't been much movement here, which is a worry. And then if you go here to their Telegram, you also notice that there haven't been any updates of late. The last update was on the 20th of November, when they announced that they had finished round 2 and they were moving to third crowd sale for the 60 cents, which was consistent with their roadmap here. Actually, they sold ahead of time here because that was due to end on the 24th. Maybe, again, linking to oversupply, maybe there has been low demand for their coins, and instead of updating us that will ban the remaining or just move on, or they just remained quiet, and because of that, people start to speculate that maybe this is scammed, of which maybe it has done so. Their coins were a bit cheap, and that again reinforces the fact that when you get involved in these coins here, just be willing to put the little that you are willing to lose. The returns are massive, so you don't really need to go in too heavy, because if they scam, you are done. Then there's no way to get them. There are white papers, the development teams are not known. This is kind of like a dangerous game, these ICOs, but when they pay well, which moves on me to this one. There's been too many red flags on this ICO. I put my own money here before I noticed the red flags. I just put a little bit to participate in the 10 cents crowd sale. I got about 600 coins, but of that 600, that's up to date. For I've got about 410 cents, so the rest I've been buying here. It's also a hassle. You need to buy every day, 10 a.m. GMT time, spend the whole hour, it crashes, but eventually it works. But there have been so many red flags about this one, so hopefully it's not one of those you know, things that we do not want to hear about, which is stuff like scammings and scams. Moving on, this one, I thought this was a bit under the radar, and it was pretty good. I got like these coins at 90 cents, and then the problem now is when you buy, you can just buy right away. I need to log in again, but I'm not gonna log in. But you can just buy right away. They don't seem to be having issues with demands or selling at specific times, which goes to, again, I will reiterate this point over and over again. There is oversupply of these ICOs. It's now difficult to tell the good and the bad ones. So now this one, because there is so much in terms of that, there is a little demand for their they're still on the pre-ICO stage, which you'd expect to run out pretty fast, but they're still doing that. So maybe it's not gonna go far. This is where they are pre-ICO. It finishes tomorrow, but you would expect that it should have been gone by now because of huge demand. But a slick website, the design is good, but even their roadmap, just a bit of aesthetics there, beautiful, but that does not mean that they will not scam. The other thing is they're a bit different. They've got all this media presence. And then the other thing, this is the one which I said earlier on, is accepting multiple currencies. I confused that with HP token earlier on, my apologies. So if we just briefly look at the white paper, some effort was put into this. It's a little bit different, but or multiple payment options. You can pay with First Blood, with First Coin, Aragon, Basic Attention Coin, Bangkok, Blackcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Digibyte, Dogecoin, Ageless, almost literally with every coin. That on its own could be a good thing, but it could also be a red flag as well, because you would ordinarily expect the payment methods to be Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin, Ethereum, or maybe Zcash, because it's kind of like of its privacy and stuff. You wouldn't expect coins like Ripple to pay in Ripple or Commodore. What would be the point, really? So you just think maybe this is somebody who is trying to sort of like increase their bag sizes. If you give me that LBC, gonna trade that later on, so they're just accumulating their bags by listing everything that they are aiming to get here. To be honest, I don't know. It's just a matter of you making your own decision based on your own discretion, because these ICOs are just way too much. The main downside with this, I've grabbed some of these coins. They were just easy to buy. They're still easy to buy. You can buy right away. But the main issue is that you go into the blockchain and then you'll see that all the confirmations for your purchase or your deposit into their platform are made, but it will not be displaying in your back office. So if you join their group here, you will see that that's a big issue. People are just complaining about it throughout. For me, my case to be resolved, I went to bed late last night after depositing about close to $200 in this, and then I expected it to hit it didn't. So I came here and then I saw some people just complaining here. People just, you send your email, amount, wallet ID. It's just basically the same. All these emails, people are just talking about their amount is not displaying. But once you come here and you email them and you follow their instructions, they will then, well, it's something here. They will resolve your issues in like 20 minutes max, if somebody is live here, and also if they confirm receiving your email like in 10 minutes, then you should expect them to have credited your balance later on. But that is a problem with that. I've got a problem with that, because let's suppose you send your Bitcoin when it's, for argument's sake, 11,500, which means you have more coins to buy, and then it doesn't show up the time you send it, and then you realize 12 hours later that it's not going to confirm, and then you come here and then they eventually credit it. But then at that point, maybe Bitcoin is back to 11,000 or just under 11,000. Then you lose out. But equally, when you look on the flip side, you could gain from that. Should it appreciate, you send it 11.5, by the time they credit it, maybe it's 12.5, or then good for you. So maybe based on that, the country really resolve it. And then lastly, I will just touch a bit. No, not lastly. I'll just need to maybe give a balance of the good and the bad. But this is the one coin, one ICO I had so much confidence in the hoping, Stellium. When I started looking at this, if you checked here, like my previous video, I had like 200 people or less. Yeah, I think it was actually less than 143, but it's been growing fast there. The concept so impressive, but for some reason now it seems like the whole thing is chaotic. They ran their ICO today, it was all complaints and people were just so pissed off basically. If you come here, see the channel here, this is not the main channel, but many people on the social media, yeah, this is another one, yeah, 2000, saying this, it was due 5th of December, but I suppose because they are on UTC, so it's the timing is, you know, but people have basically been complaining about this. The ICO was not run properly. It just left another one here. Sorry, complaints. I think people are saying I would think twice. Somebody talking about scam. Somebody, you know, it's not looking good. This is their side. It looks like maybe they're being overwhelmed by the demand, but you would also think that if they're well organized and they're thinking that they're anticipating this thing to be a big, huge thing, you would expect them to put some solid work into it so that you protect yourself and your reputation from such messes they've been going through. But as for now, I would say lastly, one platform I'm involved in, which is hydrocoin, has really been delivering on all fronts. It's firing from all cylinders. Look at the lending rates they are giving. 5th of December, pending not yet paid, 2% in a day. Not too shabby. And then this, when it was on an ICO, it was about $1. I couldn't get any. I moved in late. But look at this now. If you bought the ICO at $1, then this is $9.56, which is the thing that we stress, that although these things come with a lot of risk, if you hit and get a good one, the returns are massive. Imagine if you went in the earlier stages when it was like maybe 50 cents, then you bought 100 or 1,000 of these. When it was 50 cents, that would be 500, and then now you're sitting at 9,500. At some point, if you go to their exchange, you can see the 24-hour high was $11.89. So it means you could have just walked away if you wanted 11,000. A few days ago, it was $12 thereabouts. So at times it fluctuates, it goes up, it goes down, but on average it's ranging between, like, let's see, what was the lowest for the day? 871, between close to 88, I would say 871 to this. It's just falling within this range. And another one which is coming, which is my last one actually, which I really like. I bought this off the exchange. I mean, I didn't manage to participate in the ICO, but if you come here, it was sold for 46 cents, this one, at some stage, but I didn't get it. But look at this, it's now $5.05 as of today. So again, if you went in, bought 1,000 coins for 460, today you'll be having 5,000. So not shabby. I bought mine just under $4, $30 thereabouts on the exchanges. I bought mine at the Delta. I like Ether Delta because decentralized. You keep your own coins. The coins are not stored on the exchange. You'll be having them. So I really like it, and it also gives me a chance to grow my Ethereum bag, so to speak. So I really like it. So this one is promising to, should all things go well, This is expected to be over double digits in the next near future. January, February, we're talking about 30 to 50 according to market sentiment, but that's not guaranteed. But even still, if it goes to like 10, 15, and I entered just under 5, I can walk away with some of the profits and then keep some of the free tokens here. I just walk away with the capital, and that's how I'm playing this game. So let's do this again tomorrow as I walk you through my journey with Usi Tech, and maybe giving you some insights into what's happening on the market and so forth. Until then, happy investing. George, I'm out. Take care.